Are you looking for the best fitness trackers watches? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best fitness trackers watches on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1, Garmin Fenix 8 AMOLED. Garmin has combined features from its previous Epix and Fenix lines back into the Fenix 8 AMOLED. You get the updated, hugely bright AMOLED screen of the Epix with the much longer battery life of the Fenix. Longer than 2 weeks for the 47mm model. In my testing, it also comes in the Fenix C version, $800, which is cheaper and has the less bright MIPS display. This is why you buy a Garmin outdoors watch, so you can figure out where you are and find your way home. Now there's also dynamic routing, which lets you enter how far you want to go into the watch and then it will route you home on time. This is the best outdoor sports watch that money can buy. It's compatible with both Android phones and iPhones, and the screen is ridiculously bright. Not that it gets super sunny in Oregon in the winter, but it's noticeably brighter outdoors than other Garmin displays. You get everything you need for almost every sport, most notably Garmin's proprietary off-grid maps, which includes Ski View for ski resort maps, and golf course maps. There's leak-proof buttons for scuba and a microphone and speaker for voice commands when you're off-grid. There's a built-in flashlight. No more relying on a phone flashlight with 17% battery when you're out hiking later than you expected. Garmin Connect is included with the purchase of the watch, which means that you won't have to pay a subscription fee to use its best features, which now include suggested strength training workouts. If you've also become recently obsessed with weightlifting to prevent you from disintegrating into a bag of dust. The one thing I found in my testing is that it's less sensitive in sleep tracking and incidental activity tracking than my Oura Ring. This is less useful if you want just an everyday fitness tracker. But if you love outdoor sports, there's none better. Number 2, Garmin Lily 2 Active. I have nothing against huge, chunky sport watches, the bigger the better, I always say. However, if you have a tiny wrist, I suggest the Lily 2 Active. It packs a remarkable number of sensors into a watch that is smaller than my children's smartwatches. The case is 38mm, compared to the Fitbit Ace's 41mm. Despite its unobtrusive looks, it's still a fully functional fitness tracker. You can operate the watch either through 2 buttons on the side or the unobtrusive LCD touchscreen display, which I found to be responsive to my touch. It has built-in GPS which tracked my runs accurately and all the Garmin bells and whistles, which includes Garmin's proprietary body battery energy monitoring measurement and the morning report, which hits you with all your stats when you wake up in the morning. There's also the standard sleep tracking, blood oxygen tracking, and incident tracking if you get hurt while you're outside. There are fewer activity profiles, but it still hits the major ones: running, skiing, pickleball, if not surfing or climbing. Like the Fenix 8, it is slightly less sensitive than the Oura Ring when it comes to tracking sleep. That's why the Oura Ring is our best sleep tracker, after all. But this is a good option if you're tired of pulling your blazer sleeves over your giant sports watch. Number 3, Whoop 4.0. The biggest problem with any fitness wearable of any kind is how often they get in the way of working on your fitness. You can't wear the Oura Ring while rock climbing, for example. That's why the cult fitness tracker company Whoop introduced a line of smart clothes. With a Whoop in your bra, you can track runs with your Garmin. Whoop is best suited for athletes who can independently interpret its somewhat arcane metrics. Daily strain measures only cardiovascular load, so a day where I walked 3 miles to and fro is supposedly a harder day than when I lifted weights for an hour. The Whoop 4.0 is also smaller than previous models, with a new battery, but I did experience charging issues with the new version. You have to keep the app running at all times lest it constantly warn you that it can't update right this second. The company recently debuted an AI coach that I found considerably less than helpful. I know why I'm not getting enough sleep. but my work and kids aren't gonna wait anytime soon. Finally, at $30, the monthly subscription is the most expensive one here. The line of proprietary clothing does not have extended sizing, and there hasn't been a significant overhaul of either the hardware or software in quite some time. Number 4. Casio G-Shock Move. A G-Shock is a classic watch for an outdoorsy person. These devices are known for being big, rugged, and unbreakable. To me, they're best known for being the watch that Keanu Reeves wears in Speed. So Casio released the G-Shock Move, which has the classic G-Shock looks and functionality coupled with Bluetooth connectivity and a brand new partnership with Polar. The company known for its granular fitness data collection recently released 25 of its algorithms for use with commercial partners, of which Casio is the first. The partnership needs a little ironing out. You connect to the Casio Watches app, and not, confusingly, the G-Shock Move app, and it's unattractive and hard to navigate. Plus Polar's biometrics can be difficult to interpret. It's also slower to connect to GPS than other trackers I've tried. Accuracy while recording my outdoor runs suffered as a result. I often just took off rather than standing around shivering in my shorts. However, it's still a G-Shock. The battery lasted 10 days. The display is clear and easy to read. The buttons are pleasantly clicky and easy to navigate, and it's much lighter and easier to wear than other G-Shocks I've tried. The data on sleep collection also goes into much deeper detail than any other tracker I've tried. If you've always wanted a smart fitness tracker but were wedded to your classic Casio, this is the one to try. Number 5. Polar H10. Most fitness trackers have a built-in heart rate monitor, but if you're engaging in long sessions of intense aerobic activity, you'll get greater accuracy if you use a separate strap on your bicep or around your chest. Of the heart rate monitors that we tested, my colleague Michael saw likes Polar's the best. Polar replaced the typical loop and hook connector with a much more comfortable buckle connector, along with small silicone dots to make sure the monitor stays in place. Comfort and security means that the readings are much more accurate. Haha, no dropouts or underreporting or overreporting of data. It also has built-in memory and ANT plus connectivity, so you can connect to other equipment like bike trainers. You also don't have to replace the battery for up to a year.